Welcome to episode 5 of Sayings of Quaid-I-Azam Mohammad Ali Jinnah by Rizwan Ahmed. So this is read by Yasser Masood, which is yours truly. And last time in episode number 4, we had covered the first chapter, which was about Islam. And let's continue now with democracy and India. Two nations and societies. Democracy means to begin with majority rule. Majority rule in a single nation, in a single society is understandable. Representative government in a single nation, harmonious, homogeneous, and one is understandable. But you have only got to apply your mind for a few minutes to see the truth. Can such a system ever work or succeed when you have two different nations? Indeed, more than two different nations. In this subcontinent, when you have two totally different societies, the Muslim society and the Hindu society. Presidential address at the session of the All India Muslim League, Madras, April 1941. Next is democracy and Hindu society. When you talk of democracy, you are thoroughly dishonest. When you talk of democracy, you mean Hindu Raj to dominate over the Muslims? A totally different nation, different in culture, different in every thing. You yourself are working for Hindu nationalism and Hindu Raj. We learned democracy 1300 years ago. It is in our blood and it is as far away from the Hindu society as are the Arctic regions. Among you, one caste will not take a cup of water from another. Is this democracy? Is this honesty? We are for democracy, but not the democracy of your conception, which will turn the whole of India into a Gandhi ashram. Or one society and nation will, by its permanent majority, destroy another nation or society in permanent minority and all that is dear to the minority. Presidential address at the session of All India Muslim League, Delhi, 24th of April, 1943. Hindu majority rule. I cannot be accused of being pro-British. No Indian worthy of the name wants foreign domination. But don't you see that if I agreed to join this threat, it could only be my accepting the Congress demands, which are opposed to Pakistan. And if the British government surrendered, Muslim India would be faced not only by Hindu majority rule, but a Hindu majority triumphant with British cooperation. Interview to a foreign correspondent regarding Mr. Gandhi's offer, Bombay, October 6, 1944. Muslim League's policy. Muslim political organization. They felt, and rightly, the need of organizing themselves for political action. This was perhaps the only course open to a community proud of the traditions of its past, yet weak in numbers and lacking the strength that organized political activity alone can give. The main principle on which the first All India Muslim political organization was based was the retention of Muslim communal individuality, strong and unimpaired in any constitutional readjustment that might be made in India in the course of its political evolution. It appears to me that the reproach of separatism, sometimes leveled at Muslims, is singularly inapt and wide of the mark when I see this great communal organization rapidly growing into a powerful force for the birth of united India. A minority must, above everything else, have a complete sense of security before its broader political sense can be evoked for cooperation and united endeavor in the national tasks. To the Muslims of India, that security can only come through adequate and effective safeguards as regards their political existence as a community. Presidential address at the 9th session of the All India Muslim League at Lucknow, 1916. Azan is happening for Asr, so let's take a break. So let's continue. Separate electorate. To most of us, the question is no more open to further discussion or arguments, as it has become a mandate of the community. As far as I understand, the demand for separate electorate is not a matter of policy but a matter of necessity to the Muslims who require to be roused from coma and torpor into which they had fallen so long. I would therefore appeal to my Hindu brethren that in the present state of position they should try to win the confidence and trust of the Muslims, who are, after all, in the minority in the country. Presidential Address at the Bombay Provincial Political Conference, 1916. Muslims, a nation. We are a nation with our own distinctive culture and civilization, language and literature, art and architecture, names and nomenclature, sense of values and proportion, legal laws and moral codes, customs and calendar, history and traditions, aptitudes and ambitions. In short, we have our own distinctive outlook on life and of life. By all canons of international law, we are a nation. Interview to American Press Representative, July 1942. This is the core. This is the core. If you can read this or memorize this, this is what we need to tell people when they come barging at us and say, why Pakistan? So the reason is Muslims are a nation. And of course, all around the world, this is who we are. So worth a reread, inshallah, and memorize if possible. So the last one for today, Pakistan, the way to freedom. Pandit Nehru says that the Congress is prepared to pay any price, as if India belonged to the Congress, except the price of freedom and their honor. Who suggests that freedom of the Indian people should be bartered away? We are firmly of the opinion that the quickest way to achieve India's freedom is by the acceptance of the Pakistan scheme by agreement. I fail to see how the question of the sacrifice of honor comes in. If Hindu India were to accept the right of 100 million Muslims of India to self-determination instead of forcing them to remain in an artificial and unnatural union with most disastrous and dangerous consequences that must follow if such a course was adopted. Statement on the Quit India movement issued from Bombay, 9th of August, 1942. There you go. Quaid-I-Azam at his best. Today, let's wrap up here because I am 2 weeks late for this episode. And secondly, a bit of a cough, bit of a flu. But alhamdulillah, all good, all back. Next time, inshallah, we'll start from here. Position of Muslims in the subcontinent. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. And I'm getting better at reading, which is not a bad thing. Sorry for the desk. But let me show you something. 200 grams of gold. Ma salama.